What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Two-Man Weave. Today, we're going to be redrafting the 2018 NBA Draft. Let's get started.
And with the first pick in the 2018 NBA redraft, we have the Phoenix Suns selecting Luka Doncic from Slovenia. Doncic was originally drafted by the Atlanta Hawks with the third pick and traded to Dallas on draft night. Since stepping foot into the league, he's been a generational talent and an MVP caliber player. He won Rookie of the Year. He's been a 5-time All-Star and a 5-time All-NBA first-team member, with career averages of 28.7 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, and 8.3 assists. Doncic could have changed the future of Phoenix. He would be the cornerstone of their franchise and maybe could have led them to a few championships. They already got to the finals with DeAndre Ayton, and Luka is leagues above him. So, Luka could have been the easy pick for Phoenix and starts off our 2018 redraft.
With the second pick of the 2018 NBA Redraft, the Sacramento Kings select Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Kentucky. SGA was originally selected at number 11 to the Charlotte Hornets, but was immediately traded to the LA Clippers in exchange for Miles Bridges. The Kings had previously picked Marvin Bagley here out of Duke, but that pick never exactly panned out as they had hoped it would. SGA not only won MVP last season, but also Finals MVP, and the scoring title, averaging 32.7 points per game. For his career, he is also a 3-time All-Star and 3-time All-NBA first team. SGA would have been a perfect part of the new core in Sacramento, joining De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. If the Kings still could have also gotten Sabonis on top of this, they could have been a scary team in the West.
With the third pick in our 2018 NBA redraft, we have a bit of a controversial pick, Jalen Brunson from Villanova. We have the Hawks selecting him at 3, when he was originally drafted 33rd by the Dallas Mavericks. Since entering the league, he's helped the Knicks to 2 deep playoff runs in the Eastern Conference Finals while averaging 31.8 points per game in those playoffs. He came to the league polished. He used footwork, pace control, and angles to create space without elite athleticism. He originally left Dallas in 2022 free agency, but after that is where he exploded. We figured out that he's not just a scorer, he's a real floor general. He sets up his teammates, and he runs offense with precision. He's incredibly efficient. He has underrated strength and physicality, and he's able to bully mismatches and finish through contact. He's a natural leader, he's tough, he's reliable, and he's a true culture changer. So we have him going to Atlanta.
With the fourth pick of our redraft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Trae Young out of Oklahoma. Originally, Trae Young was drafted at number 5 to the Dallas Mavericks, but was immediately traded for Luka Doncic to the Atlanta Hawks. The Grizzlies previously selected Jaren Jackson Jr. here out of Michigan State. Trae Young has not had a ton of help on the Hawks in his career, but his stats have spoken for themselves. In his 7 NBA seasons, Trae Young is averaging about 26 points and 10 assists, and on top of that is a 4-time All-Star and has an All-NBA third-team selection. The Grizzlies were in desperate need of an impact player in this draft, so Trae Young would have been a welcome sight alongside Mike Conley and Marc Gasol in Memphis. Drafting Trae would have made a huge splash on the offensive side of the ball if this is the route that Memphis had originally decided to go.
And with the 5th pick in our 2018 NBA redraft, we have the Dallas Mavericks selecting Jaren Jackson Jr. He was originally drafted number 4 by the Memphis Grizzlies, so he's mostly lived up to his draft type. He's the best defensive player in this class, and it's not even close. He led the league in blocked shots in both the 22 and 23 seasons, and he won NBA Defensive Player of the Year award in the 2023 season. He has career averages of 17.2 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.3 blocked shots, and he could also space the floor. He shot 36% from 3 in his NBA career and has clearly been one of the best two-way players in the league since stepping foot into the league. So here, we have him going to Dallas and being their defensive anchor for the future.
With the 6th pick in our 2018 redraft, the Orlando Magic select Mikal Bridges out of Villanova. Originally, Mikal Bridges was selected at number 10 overall to the Philadelphia 76ers. The Magic previously selected Mo Bamba here out of the University of Texas. Bridges has really broken out the last few years, especially in Brooklyn, where he averaged nearly 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Bridges is an elite defender with good ball IQ. with much improved shooting since being traded to Brooklyn in the Kevin Durant trade. Bridges is also known for his durability, never once missing a start in his entire NBA career. This would have been a really nice pairing with Aaron Gordon and Nikola Vucevic, trying to make a deep playoff run for the first time since 2010.
With the 7th pick in the 2018 NBA redraft, we have the Chicago Bulls selecting Michael Porter Jr. from Mizzou. He was originally taken at 14 by the Denver Nuggets, the very last lottery pick in the draft. This is due to a lot of injury concerns, even though they knew that he had elite scoring talent. MPJ at 7 would have been a swing for the fences pick, which is exactly what a rebuilding team like Chicago would have needed. At the time, they had just traded Jimmy Butler, and they had just added Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine. They would have been able to pair MPJ with Zach LaVine as a co-star, or even as the franchise guy that they've been searching for ever since. So here we think it's an easy pick.
With the 8th pick of our redraft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select DeAndre Ayton out of Arizona, who was originally selected as the number 1 overall pick to the Phoenix Suns. The Cavs previously selected Colin Sexton here out of the University of Alabama. DeAndre Ayton was supposed to be a pure dominant big coming out of Arizona, but he never quite lived up to the hype. He's had a solid career though, averaging a double-double in that time and being an elite rebounder. The Cavs had just come off their NBA Finals run in their last season with LeBron James, and were looking for a playmaker to potentially replace him if they were to lose him in free agency. Drafting Ayton would have given Cleveland a solid big to pair up with Rodney Hood, Kevin Love, and Larry Nance Jr. in hopes to start building a core in their post-LeBron era.
And with the 9th pick in the 2018 NBA redraft, we have the New York Knicks selecting Miles Bridges, who was originally drafted at number 12 by the Clippers and traded to Charlotte on draft night. Last season, Bridges averaged 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3.8 assists, while shooting 49% from the field and 33% from 3. He led Charlotte in scoring, and he guarded multiple positions, ran in transition, and improved as a creator. Here the Knicks would have drafted him because they would have been able to pair him with Kristaps Porzingis, who was still on the roster but recovering from an ACL injury. The roster had no real athleticism or two-way wing talent, so Bridges could have immediately brought toughness, physicality, and scoring upside. This would have been an ideal front court pairing with Mitchell Robinson, who they got in the same draft, so they give you 2 elite athletes and lob threats. This is why Miles Bridges was able to go from 12 to snagging a spot in the top 10.
With the 10th overall pick in our redraft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Colin Sexton out of the University of Alabama, who was originally selected at number 8 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The 76ers previously selected Mikal Bridges here out of Villanova. Sexton would have been a good alternative here to give Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons another playmaker in Philly. Sexton has had a solid NBA career, averaging nearly 19 points and 4 assists while shooting almost 40% from three-point range. This could have been a good asset in Philly, as to this day they are still searching for players to surround Embiid to get him past the second round of the playoffs. That is, if Embiid could stay healthy, something Sexton has had success with so far in his career.
With the 11th pick in the 2018 NBA redraft, we have the Charlotte Hornets picking Anthony Simons, who was originally drafted number 24 by the Portland Trail Blazers. He's been able to hop up into the lottery after averaging 16.4 points per game on his career and shooting 39.1% from 3. He's scored 40 points 5 times over the last 2 seasons. He's a legitimate 3-level scorer with deep range and isolation ability. He's one of the most gifted pure scorers from the 2018 class, with a quick first step, tight handle, and unlimited range. He's dangerous in the pick and roll and excellent in ISO situations. He's really grown as a playmaker and can now average 5+ assists per game consistently. In 2018, the Hornets were still building around Kemba Walker, but really lacked a clear future at the guard position. Devontae Graham and Malik Monk were unproven, and there was no real combo guard with star scoring upside. So Simons would have brought long-term offensive juice and filled the post-Kemba void.
With the 12th overall pick in our redraft, the Los Angeles Clippers select Wendell Carter Jr. out of Duke, who was originally selected at number 7 overall to the Chicago Bulls. The Clippers previously selected Miles Bridges here out of Michigan State. With Bridges already off the board, another good option here for the Clippers would be Wendell Carter Jr. He has had a fairly successful NBA career since his one dominant season at Duke, averaging about 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists in his first 7 years in the league. He's a solid defender, as well as a dominant paint scorer who has improved his shot over the last several seasons. He would have fit well in LA, playing alongside Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams, and Delano Gallinari.
With the 13th pick in the 2018 NBA redraft, we have the LA Clippers selecting Dante DiVincenzo, who was originally selected at 17 by the Milwaukee Bucks and since won a championship with them in 2021. DiVincenzo is a two-way guard who doesn't need the ball to impact the game. He brings energy, defense, and shooting every single night. He may not be a star, but for a team like the Clippers, he's the ideal glue guy. At the time, the Clippers had just let CP3 and Blake move on, and DeAndre was on the way out. They still had Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, and Patrick Beverley, which are gritty, defensive-minded players. So, DiVincenzo would have fit right in just perfectly, and who knows, Kawhi and PG might have still gone the year after, and that would have been a scary defensive team.
With the 14th overall pick in our redraft, the Denver Nuggets select Grayson Allen out of Duke, who was originally selected at number 21 overall to the Utah Jazz. The Nuggets previously selected Michael Porter Jr. here out of Missouri. Grayson Allen would be a great option for Denver here, as he fits well with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Allen is known for his shooting skills, having not been under approximately 40% from deep since 2021. This could have provided some floor spacing for Jokic to work his magic, while also adding shooting and a bit of perimeter defense. Since entering the league, Allen has averaged almost 11 points per game, while adding almost 42% shooting from beyond the arc. This is a good option for any team who may be looking for an inexpensive 3-and-D type player.
Thank you for watching our 2018 NBA redraft. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And make sure to tune in for our next video. Peace.